It's hard to believe that the 4th generation Mazda Miata has been with us for nearly a decade now. Mazda gave the ND generation Miata a huge upgrade back in the 2019 model year with the ND2, where it got a more powerful engine that revved a little bit higher. There have been some other small updates since then, but this is still basically the same recipe that we have loved for almost a decade now. I'm going to review this 2023 Mazda MX-5 Miata RF Grand Touring and show you if the Miata is still a world-class sports car. Now, Mazda has added a new color for the 2023 model year. It's called Zircon Sand. I believe it actually debuted on the CX-5. It's kind of this cool, like deserty storm gray. I think it looks absolutely awesome. But we've got the classic, the Soul Red Metallic. It looks amazing as well. I think this is easily one of the best colors that Mazda has ever done, and it just makes the Miata look so great. We've got that real squinty headlight look there in the front. That has not changed much. And because we have the Grand Touring, we have these gunmetal gray 17-inch wheels. You can also get 18s if you get the RF as the club model. You can get BBS wheels, which also come with Brembo brakes. But because we have the Grand Touring model, that is not available. Now we have the RF, which stands for retractable fastback. So you can see that this has a hard top roof. It is black up top here, but it is body color here on the side rails. It goes back pretty quickly, and you can put it down at speeds of below 6 miles an hour, which I got to admit is actually a little bit slow. Most convertibles nowadays you can put down at speeds of up to 31 miles an hour. So that is a little bit slower than some of the competitors, but I love these kind of buttresses here on the back. I think it is a very different look than the regular soft top Miata. Now here at the back, we've got our simple little taillights. We have our MX-5 badge, our Sky Active G badge, letting us know what kind of engine we have. And then we've got a little dual exhaust over there on the side. Now the Miata is not, nor has it ever been, a very practical car. We've got a little over 4.5 cubic feet of space back here, big enough for maybe a carry-on suitcase, but you're gonna wanna travel lightly when you drive a Miata. We do have keyless entry here on this Grand Touring model, and now I'm gonna show you what the inside of this model looks like. Because we have the Grand Touring, which is sort of the most luxurious Miata that you can get, we do have black leather seats. Now these seats, since the ND came out, are really comfortable for sports car seats. There is not actually any like foam behind this. This is just a piece of leather that you kind of rest on, and then it kind of is almost like a hammock. So it does feel really comfortable when you're sitting in there. You do also have Bose audio, and you can see there's like a cutout here on the seat. When you have a Bluetooth call, the person's voice is actually going to come out of these speakers, making it a little bit better and easier to hear when you have the roof open. Now let's go check out the rest of the interior. Foot on the brake, foot on the clutch, and I can go ahead and start it up. And the interior really hasn't changed all that much. We've got this body color panel here because we have the Soul Red Metallic. That's going to change depending on what color you get, obviously. There is an optional terracotta leather, and it is like a Nappa leather, so it is a little bit nice, a little bit smoother than this. Unfortunately, you cannot get the terracotta interior if you get the red exterior. So you're gonna have to pick and choose between those. Now, in terms of technology, we haven't really had many upgrades here. We still have this 7-inch screen that is looking real small by 2023 standards. It does now have wireless Apple CarPlay. That is an addition that Mazda has made recently. We don't have any digital gauges, which I'm thankful for on a car like this. We have our big, nice tachometer there in the center. That is where you want it to be on a sports car, and it'll even tell you what gear position you're in there in the middle. I love this setup. It is nice and simple. We've got a very small leather-wrapped steering wheel that is quite nice as well. And because we have the Grand Touring model, this is going to be kind of the most feature-rich Miata that you can get. Now, the Club is actually more expensive, but it actually has fewer features. So we have automatic headlights on this. That's a little feature that you probably do want on your Miata. You also have automatic wipers here as well. You have adaptive front lighting. You have high beam control. You have traffic sign recognition, which will show up here on the screen. As well, you have auto dimming door mirrors, you have door sill plates, you have the rain sensing wipers that I mentioned, and down here you also have automatic climate control. And I love the way that Mazda has done the climate control, because you can just tilt it over here towards auto, or that was a sneeze, or you can manually adjust the climate control. So you have kind of manual and auto modes, which are quite nice. I really do like that. We have a little bit of storage here. You can kind of stick your phone right there so that it's not interrupting your manual shifting. Here's where you have your 6-speed manual. 6-speed auto is also available on this car as well. We do have 3-mode heated seats, as well as our USB ports right here. You also have your rotating knob. This is important because while this is a touchscreen, it actually locks you out of the touchscreen when you are moving, meaning that you have to use this little controller down here. Now, in terms of storage space, we don't have a lot of it. We've got just a little cubby area here, and then this is basically going to function as your glove box, because this actually doesn't have a traditional glove box. And we do have cup holders. You have one here and one here, and you can actually remove these and kind of reconfigure them. So I kind of like to have it here. If you have a passenger, that way this cup holder is not bumping them in the knee. And then this way, these cup holders are kind of out of sight, out of mind, and don't interrupt the driving experience. All right, and now it's time for the best part of the video, where I get the 2023 Mazda MX-5 Miata RF out on the road. Now, the formula here has not changed for the past couple of years. Mazda has just been rolling back the same drivetrain that debuted on the ND2 generation Miata since, I believe it was the 2019 model year. So that is a 2-liter Skyactiv 4-cylinder engine, produces 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. And the big addition for the ND2 was the higher red line. It now goes to 7,000 RPM, whereas the RPM was much lower on the original ND1. Now, the transmission choice has not changed either. You can still get a 6-speed manual transmission or a 6-speed automatic transmission on certain trims like this Grand Touring. I believe that the base Sport model and the Club model are both only available with the manual transmission, but I'm going to personally tell you, do not get a Miata with the automatic transmission. I've driven it, it's absolutely fine, but this car is best enjoyed with the 6-speed manual. This is an absolute joy to row through the gears. It is so fun, and you are doing yourself a disservice if you get the automatic. Now listen, the Miata is not the quickest car in the world. 0 to 60 takes about 5.8 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and try that now. Whew. Oh, definitely not the quickest car in the world, but you can just see I have such a big smile on my face when I drive this car spiritedly. I love this revvy little engine. It loves sitting above 4,000 RPM. It loves being rode through the gears. It screams on its way to that 7,000 RPM red line, and your smile, your grin is just going to be ear to ear the whole time. Now, in terms of the handling, the steering is light but precise. This is exactly what I want from sports car steering. Maybe the Toyota GR86 and the Subaru BRZ are slightly sharper, like ever so slightly sharper, but this steering is still really, really good. Some of the best that you can get at any price point. Once again, I gotta just talk about how good this manual transmission is. It gives you little signals in the tachometer, which is front and center of when to shift. You can choose to ignore that if you want, but the heel toe is brilliant. The pedal placement is perfect. I have not driven a Miata for a couple of years, and I get right back in this, and immediately I can heel toe this car perfectly. Everything falls perfectly into hand. The shifter, the steering wheel, the pedals, everything is perfectly placed. I do not miss a beat. This is a car that you can get in immediately and feel comfortable. You also get Mazda's kinematic posture control. It's a little bit of a complicated explanation, but I'm gonna go ahead and simplify it. It's going to brake the inside wheel to just kind of help you get around corners. And when you already have a pretty light curb weight, even this RF GT model, which is basically the heaviest one you can get, only weighs just over 2,400 pounds. You can basically just zip it around corners. There are very few cars that feel this small and tossable that are still on sale in 2023. And now let's wrap up with the pricing on the 2023 MX-5 Miata. You can nab the base sport trim starting at around $28,000, not including an $1,100 destination fee. If you want the Grand Touring soft top, you're looking about $33,000, $35,000 for that Grand Touring if you want the retractable fastback, which is really nice. I technically prefer the soft top, but you really can't go wrong with either. Now, the club version is a little bit more expensive at $38,000. You lose features, but you gain a little bit of sportiness with Bilstein shocks and available Brembo brakes and BBS wheels. I think unless you're kind of a track nut, you can probably get away with the Grand Touring and you'll enjoy a little bit more of the luxury features. There are really not that many competitors to the Mazda Miata anymore. You've got the twins from Toyota and Subaru, but they are not convertibles. This is still one of the purest expressions of driving pleasure that money can buy. And even though some of the tech is starting to feel a little bit out of date, I think it is modern enough to be livable every day, and it is still one of the most joyous vehicles that money can buy to drive. I really hope you've enjoyed this look at the 2023 Mazda MX-5 Miata RF. For more videos like it, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be alerted of our latest videos. And if you want to read my full review of the 2023 Mazda Miata, be sure to check out carbuzz.com. I'll see you next time.